The Anglo-Maratha Wars were a series of 3 conflicts between the British East India Company and the Maratha Empire in India. These wars significantly influenced the political landscape of India in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, culminating in the eventual decline of the Maratha Empire and the establishment of British supremacy in India. The First Anglo-Maratha War began primarily due to a succession dispute within the Maratha Empire and British interference in local politics. After the death of Madhvarav I, the ruling Peshwa, Prime Minister, the Maratha Empire faced internal turmoil. Madhvarav's younger brother, Narayanarav, became the next Peshwa, but he was assassinated in 1773, leading to his uncle, Raghunathrao, also known as Raghoba, claiming the Peshwa seat. However, the Maratha aristocracy and the ruling council, known as the Barb High Council, opposed Raghunathrau's claim and supported Madhvarav II, the infant son of Narayanarav, as the rightful heir. Raghunathrao, seeking to secure his claim, turned to the British East India Company for military assistance, promising them territorial concessions in return for their support. In March 1775, Raghunathrao signed the Treaty of Surat with the British East India Company, represented by officials from the Bombay Presidency. According to the treaty, the British agreed to support Raghunathrau's claim to the Peshwa throne in exchange for the cession of the territories of Salsette and Bassein to the British. This treaty, however, was not supported by the British government in Bengal, which led to confusion and conflicting policies within the company. The war began with British forces under Colonel Keating advancing towards Pune, but they faced defeat at the Battle of Adas in 1775. The Marathas, led by Madhvarav II's regent, Nana Fadnavis, were able to organize an effective resistance, and British forces struggled against their superior numbers and military skill. By 1777, the British, under Colonel Thomas Goddard, made further attempts to assert their dominance in western India. Goddard led a march towards Gujarat and managed to capture Ahmedabad, but the overall progress of the war was slow. Neither side could achieve a decisive victory, leading to a prolonged and costly conflict. Intervention of the French. As the war dragged on, France, a European rival of Britain, sought to ally with the Marathas, especially after the American War of Independence, 1775–1783, strained Anglo-French relations. The French sent a military mission to India to support the Marathas, raising the stakes for the British, who were wary of a broader conflict. After several years of indecisive fighting, both sides realized the need for a diplomatic solution. In 1782, the Treaty of Salbai was signed between the Marathas and the British East India Company. The treaty brought an end to the First Anglo-Maratha War and maintained a status quo. Raghunathrao was pensioned off and did not gain the Peshwa title. The British retained the island of Salsette but returned other conquered territories to the Marathas. The Marathas recognized Madhvarav II as the legitimate Peshwa, and peace was established between the two powers for nearly 2 decades. The treaty marked a temporary halt in the hostilities, but it did not address the underlying tensions between the British and the Marathas, setting the stage for future conflicts.